Hello, good evening and welcome. Monday night, Paul here, and as you know by now, I use hypnosis, happiness and hijinks to help people overcome the everyday problems, challenges and unbuggerations that we face and bring back the fun back in their lives. I hope you're well. Tonight is a very special live because there's something I want to go over which I think is really important. Excuse me. And it's actually something that I'm going to be dealing with later this week. And it's about the power of words. Now, for a long time, I didn't really understand this. But as a child, I had a really hard time at school. I wasn't very strong, wasn't very sociably cognizant, I guess. What else? I was quite shy, very ill all the time, all that kind of stuff. And I used to get bullied a lot when I was a kid. I'm talking primary school, so from, the age of 7 through to 11 and beyond. And the reason was I come from the north of England, this town called Hull, which at the time were, and probably still is quite a lot, I guess, a very white town, white British kind of town. And my dad was black because his father was Nigerian, and my dad was sort of 50% Nigerian and 50% somewhere from the rest of Europe kind of thing. So he was a person of colour, and he was a postman. And he was a postman that went past my school and did the round around my school every single day for years and years. And I mean, I'm fairly pale, so you'd never guess that I come from that kind of background. But the problem was, because I stood out, I used to get called all sorts of horrible names. And it used to really upset me a lot. I'd take time out of school, I'd be always sick, and I kind of blanked that whole period out. And somebody once said to me, Paul, what's going on? You remember the old nursery rhyme, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt me. And at the time, I kind of believed it, but looking back on it now, I think it's complete and utter bollocks, because words start wars. Words bring couples together. Words send spaceships into the moon, and words start all sorts of things. So, was it Shakespeare? The penny is mightier than the sword, all that kind of stuff. So words are really important. And the problem that I find is that a lot of the time it's the negative aspects of words that come along and kick us in the teeth. I'm actually seeing a client on Wednesday with this very issue, like a family kind of thing, and what's being said online. And yeah, social media is bringing a big issue of the power of words and how we use them. And unfortunately, most of what we hear about on social media is the negative side of the use of words. It's really horrible. And so today I had an idea of what I was going to talk about tonight, and I was this is talk about, the universe and karma and stuff like that kicking off. But my friend Amanda, she rang me. WhatsApp lived me by mistake, and she said, "Oh, well, now I'm on the line, I may as well have a chat." So we were talking about stuff, and I said, "Well, I'm thinking about doing this tonight. You got any ideas?" And she said, "Well, no. How about this?" And she said, "How about mantras?" And I thought, bloody hell, brilliant. That exactly fits in with what I was going to be talking about, and it can bring us in the story about when I was a kid, but also really importantly, it brings in the power that words have for positive, well, doesn't sound a positive use, but getting the best out of words, getting the best out of yourself by using words. Now, you may well know what a mantra is. Mantras have been around for maybe 3,000 years, maybe even longer, and they're like sort of syllables or sounds or words or phrases that were particularly used to help people get into a very meditative state. Meditative, what I mean, meditation, get into a really good state, calm down, chill out, all that kind of thing. And then more recently, they've sort of been morphed into affirmations, every day in every way I'll get better and better, I am the best, I am this, all that kind of thing. But when you use them in that kind of response, in that kind of way, they don't really work. So we were chatting about using mantras as they were originally designed for. And I actually sat down, and I know this is back to front, but you can see I wrote down a whole list of mantras that we could discuss and talk about. And then I thought to myself, actually, no, there's only one mantra we need. And the way that come about is, have you heard these before? You're not good enough. You're not strong enough. You're not brave enough. You're not big enough. You're not tall enough. You're not wide enough. You're not fast enough. You're not bright enough. You're not, intelligent, whatever. All those, you're not this, you're not that, you're not the other, yeah? They are designed to bring us down. They are designed to put us into the ground and make us feel small. And I've had my fair share of those, you're not this, you're not that, throughout a lot of my life, yeah? So I'd look through this list of mantras that I'd found online and a couple that I found myself. And there was one that really, really stuck out to me. And it's only 3 words long. Yeah, 3 words long. So what I want to do is I want to go through an exercise which will only take a couple of minutes, because I want to show you how powerful 3 simple words can be. They can actually change your state, change your mind, change your life. I mean, again, we're chatting to Amanda, and she was telling me that she has this little mantra she uses whenever she's like faced with the challenge of not eating a chocolate bar, shall we say. You know, we're bored, we're sitting there at home watching telly maybe, and there's a bar of chocolate in the in vision, and we reach for it, and you're not even really hungry, just subconsciously we unwrap the chocolate and we're going to start shoveling. So what Amanda does, she has this phrase, and I can't remember it exactly, but it was about the fact that she feels better being thinner without the chocolate than with the eating the chocolate, because chocolate is just an instant gratification that's gone by the time you finish chewing it. So it really doesn't serve a purpose, but the brain links it to pleasure, the taste in the mouth and all that kind of stuff. After a couple of seconds, it's gone. But the consequences of eating chocolate over time are not that good. So what Amanda does is she has this little phrase she uses to remind herself that it's not worth eating the chocolate. So what I want you to do now, assuming that you're not driving an operating machine, that kind of thing, which I'm guessing you're not doing, is I'd like you, just for a couple of minutes, to put your cup of tea down, your drink down, or whatever it is, tell the kids to shut up for a minute, and just close your eyes and take a couple of very nice, gentle, deep breaths. That's it. Just take a nice, gentle, deep breath and relax. And just relax. Maybe close your eyes if you like. And just keep breathing nice and relaxed and gentle. Nothing forced. Nothing forced at all. This is just a nice little relaxation to show you how powerful your own words can be. And what I want you to start doing now is, I'm sure there's thoughts coming in, firing in left and right about what you've got to do later on today, what you've got to do tomorrow, maybe you've got to cook tea in a minute. But just let those just slip to one side for a second and start repeating this phrase very gently, constantly. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Keep repeating it. I am enough. You can say it out loud or just keep it inside your head. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Start to think about the meaning of the words now. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Keep going, don't stop. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Keep going very gently. I am enough. I am enough. Keep going. While you're saying this, while you're repeating this, everything else should just be disappearing away from the sides, and these 3 words should be reverberating around your mind, reminding them that you are enough. You don't need to be bigger, stronger, faster, brainier, any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, you've got it all in there. You are enough. You've got to keep reminding yourself this. And the more you do this, like if you do this every morning when you wake up, just for a couple of minutes, and then whenever you can throughout the day, and then maybe for a couple of minutes when you get into bed, just to remind yourself that I am enough. That's all you need. I am enough. I am enough. Keep going one more time. I am enough. Keep going now. I am enough. Put emphasis on different words. I am enough. 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 Taking a couple of deep breaths and relax, and you can open your eyes and come back into the video now. Now that was just a really, really brief demonstration to show you the power of 3 simple words, the positive power, a positive way of using words. Now that was a mantra that I think is really important. It's very, very simple, but you can come up with your own. I will actually list these ones that I found in the comments after the video is finished. But it's a brilliant way to bring yourself into focus, to, you know, if you want to focus on something, if you're challenged with something, let's say you've got a bill to pay and you're finding it really hard to pay this bill. You know, you're at your wit's end, you're having a really hard time, maybe you've got to do overtime, or you've got to borrow from somebody you don't want to borrow from, maybe you've got to sell some stuff, yeah? Then maybe the mantra that you need is, this too shall pass. You know, it will end. Whatever difficulties you're going through right now, it will finish at some stage. It might finish tomorrow, or in 3 months, or in a year, or 3 years, or 5 years, but it will end. It will finish. It will be over. So whatever troubles, whatever problems, whatever challenges you're facing right now, yeah, use something like this. You know, this too shall pass, or I am enough, or I can beat this. You know, whatever you want to use. So take power to use the words to work for you, rather than letting people pull you down and beat you up on social media or what they say to you in the office and all that kind of thing. Blow them out. Just don't use those negative words. Don't let them in. And the way you don't let them in is by having something stronger, more powerful inside you that starts to reverberate. Now, in Buddhist and Hindu religions, they will sit for hours and hours and hours, and they will meditate and they will say a mantra. Some are very, very long, some are really, really short, some are just like a couple of syllables, and they repeat them over and over again. They're designed to have different effects in the brain, but this one will really help you. I am enough, because you are enough. You are more than enough, yeah? If you let yourself be enough. And sometimes we need to be reminded that we are enough. So using that little mantra I've just mentioned, yeah, will help you move forward and grow. And for those of you who are Star Trek fans or know what Star Trek used to be, in all the Star Trek movies, all the sort of different shows that they had, one phrase always comes through is when they're about to be attacked or somebody starts shooting at them, they go shields up, and these invisible special shields come up to protect the ship and the personnel. So you can actually think in a certain way that your mantra can be your shields, you know. If you're going into a very negative kind of situation and you're going to get, you know, you've got to go and see your boss because you messed up, or you've got to have a difficult conversation, what you could do, say to yourself is, you know, shields up before you go in, and then just repeat your mantra a few times, or a different one that can kind of protect your brain from being invaded from all this crap, yeah? Have a play around, you know, find your own mantras, find your own different ones for different situations, different circumstances. They do work. They've worked for thousands of years, and the fact that they're still around after 3,000 years clearly demonstrates that they have value if you use them. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I do this 7 days a week, 8 o'clock every single night. My name is Paul, and I use hypnosis, happiness and hijinks to help people overcome those difficulties, phobias, fears, challenges, whatever it is in life, and bring the fun back. If I can help you, drop me a PM, drop me a message, drop me a line in the comments. If you've got any ideas or suggestions for what I can do, discussion topics, things to talk about, let me know. If you've got a friend that could use, this kind of information, tag them if you want, or just, copy the link and stick it in a PM. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.